Hey everybody, Bryce Carter here, your favorite FSG advisor. Today I wanted to discuss one of the biggest myths that I see when new clients come in and talk to us. And that is that when you retire, you should make your investments ultra conservative. There's a rule of thumb that whatever your age is the percentage of bonds or fixed income or super safe investments that you should own. In other words, if you're 70 years old, you should have 70% of your investments in super conservative, super safe type of investments. And if you're 20 years old, you only need 20% in super safe, super conservative investments. Now, as rules of thumbs go, they can only be so useful. So it's important to remember that your situation is individualized, and therefore you need to make a plan and a risk plan that goes along with how you feel and what your willingness is to take risk. What we need to remember is that inflation is an ever-present risk, which means if you're not taking any investment risk, you're likely earning a lower rate of return. Therefore, it's potential that inflation will erode the value of your investments over time, which is why you still need to probably take some degree of risk throughout retirement so your money can grow above and beyond the rate of inflation. Ultimately, risk is a component of willingness and need. So if you're willing to take risk and you can afford to, that's fine. If you don't need to and you're not willing to, that's also fine. But there are going to be circumstances where you might not want to take any risk, but frankly, you need to in order to keep your assets growing with inflation and therefore not having to take a pay cut later on in retirement. When you're living on a fixed income, it's not practical to think of yourself as going back to work to make up for investment losses. Therefore, you have to structure your plan to make sure that your retirement income is going to be enough to get you to and through retirement. Thanks again.